We got another good episode with Dan to Dan, episode 2. It starts out immediately after the first one ended, and they're fighting over his name, because that's her crush's name, the movie star. And while they're fighting, she looks away from him, and the curse starts to take over, and they realize she can't take her eyes off of him ever. And they fight, and they said his new name's going to be Acheron. Then they go to Aeson's grandma's house.
What was your favorite part?
Because they can't go to the tunnel, because she thinks Ghost only comes out at night. So they get changed, and while they're getting changed, she closes the door, and he starts to turn again. Then it really sets in. She cannot ever look away from him, because he busts in as the granny again, and she has to use her power to suppress her. Then she asks him about his thing, if it's really gone, and he looks, yes it is, it's gone. And as they're arguing, they hear a doorbell, and this is a doorbell Aeson never heard before. She said there's a doorbell for humans, and there's a doorbell for spirits. And she realizes she took the talisman off and never put it back on, so the spirit can come right through. So they try to sneak off their property and put the talisman back on so it just burns up, like Acheron did earlier. But it traps them in, and it makes this black fog everywhere that makes them spit up blood and give them bloody noses. And it locks them into this concrete stone cage-looking thing, and they cannot escape. Then it finds them. It pursues this to attack them immediately on sight. So they start running, asking what it is, and they find out it's actually an alien, not a spirit. It's actually a creepypasta they heard from, it came from America, the Wood Lakes monster. So Acheron says, let the granny take over, you just keep control of my mind, and we'll attack it. And when that happens, he turns just in time right before he gets clapped by the woods monster and takes off 5 of its fingers from its left hand and realize they cannot keep this up because it's moving too fast for him and makes him sick. He can't control it, his body cannot take it, he's puking up blood. They can't do enough damage to it. Then she realizes he's taking sumo poses, so they think if they can make him touch the ground with his hand, they'll win the fight. So Acheron has one more in him, he said. Full power, let him go. And they tag team him. He attacks his knee and takes the knee out, and she tries to throw him down. She ends up throwing them both down to the ground, though she can't control the power yet. And when she throws him to the ground, his hand touches, but it disappears, and feet grows out, so he really never touched the ground in his mind. Then he proceeds to punch Aeson into the wall that he made. Acheron starts to turn back into the Turbo Granny. Then he turns back to normal and realizes she's still conscious. Then the woods monster starts to pound her into the wall more and more, leaving a crater, going deeper and deeper. That was all part of her plan. Now she's past the gate, and she brings Acheron and the talisman towards her with her powers and slaps the talisman on. The wood monster proceeds to burn to death, and they're safe because they're outside of the property. Everything turns back to normal, and they're talking, and Aeson passes out because she used too much power. Then the Turbo Granny starts to take over her body, because Acheron still can't control it. And that's how the episode ends. I give it another 10 out of 10 easily. The voice acting was perfect, animation was good, the fight was good, the art was great. It's funny, so share it around, comment, like it, subscribe, do everything. What did you think of the episode? What do you